Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're jumping right into the latest weather forecast for November 24th, 2025. And folks, what a difference 24 hours can make. A prediction that looked like a sure thing just yesterday has been completely turned on its head. Let's get into it. So, the big story today is all about Cyclone Sinjar. Yesterday, its formation seemed almost guaranteed. But now, its very existence is a huge question mark. You've got to be asking, what on earth happened to cause such a dramatic shift so quickly? And this is really the core of what we're talking about today, this massive twist. We've gone from tracking an impending cyclone to basically asking if it will even form at all. And the reason why is, well, it's pretty fascinating. There's a battle brewing in the atmosphere. It turns out all this uncertainty is because we've got two different weather systems in the Bay of Bengal, and they're essentially fighting for dominance. And right now, one of them is clearly starting to win. Okay, so let's break this down. Think of it like two rival players. On one side, you have the system near Sri Lanka. This one is getting stronger and it's making a beeline for Tamil Nadu. This is now the main event, the one we're all watching. On the other side, the system near Indonesia, the one we thought would become Cyclone Sinjar, has basically just stalled out. It's weakening and it's quickly becoming a non-issue. And this isn't just one forecaster's opinion, you know. The entire meteorological consensus has shifted. All the major weather models are now on the same page, focusing their attention on that circulation bubbling up near Sri Lanka and pretty much writing off that Indonesian system. So, while the computers and models are debating what's going to happen next, that Sri Lankan system is already making its presence felt in a big way. Let's take a look at the impact it's already had on the ground over the past 24 hours. And wow, just look at these rainfall totals. They really tell the story of the system's power. Uttamachozar Mangalam in the Cuddalore district got absolutely drenched with a massive 142 millimeters. And places like Arathur and Thiruthirapondi weren't far behind. These are some seriously significant rainfall numbers. And this wasn't just a few isolated downpours. No, this was widespread, heavy rain hitting districts all across the state. We're talking the coastal delta regions, all the way down through the southern districts, and even pushing into parts of central and western Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that's what's happened so far. But what about right now? Let's turn to the forecast for the next 24 hours and see where all this rain is headed. Now, the most important thing to know for today is that there's really no relief in sight for those areas that have already been hit hard. The forecast is calling for continued heavy, and in some places very heavy, rain for the already soaked delta and southern districts. And the system's influence is spreading too. It's not just Tamil Nadu. Most of Kerala is now on alert for heavy rain, while up in coastal Karnataka, they can expect some more moderate showers as this system just continues to churn away out in the sea. Now, what about northern Tamil Nadu, and specifically Chennai? Well, for the moment, the immediate forecast is actually a bit calmer. You can expect light to moderate rain for now, but I really have to stress those two key words, for now. And this, of course, brings us to the question that's on pretty much everyone's mind, especially after a relatively dry spell for Chennai and the surrounding areas. When is the significant rain finally going to arrive? So, let's just get right to it and answer that question. Here is what the timeline is looking like. When you look at this timeline, the big takeaway is really one word: patience. From the 24th through the 27th, we'll see light to moderate showers as the system inches closer. But the main event, the real heavy rainfall, that's forecast for the end of the week. Mark your calendars for the 28th, 29th, and 30th. And during that 3-day window, we're expecting widespread heavy rain across the entire northern coastal belt. There's even a chance of a short, really intense burst of very heavy rain right along the coast. But, and this is so important to remember, this entire forecast hinges on that Sri Lankan system staying on its currently predicted path. You know, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the theme of this year's monsoon season. The weather patterns have just been so unpredictable, and this whole situation is just a perfect example of the dynamic, challenging puzzle that forecasters are trying to solve. And so, we end up right back where we started, with a situation that is constantly changing. The models have shifted, but the system itself is still evolving out there over the water. It leaves us with one final lingering question. As all the pieces on this atmospheric chessboard keep moving, what will the next 24 hours reveal? We will definitely be watching very closely.